Sunday sees the Chinnaswamy Stadium host its final group stage game. A couple of playoffs here, but the action is not over for Royal Challengers Bangalore. As much as they're waiting for this season to end, they host the Kolkata Knight Riders, so Virat Kohli and Gautam Gambhir have one more chance or to go at it in the middle. That's at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. It's match number 46. Kolkata need to win. 2 losses on the trot. Bangalore, less said about them the better. Sanjay Bangar and Sean Tate will look ahead to that game with me. Let's look at match day, match point number 1. Our focus is essentially around Kolkata and Sunil Narayan's threat. Sunil Narayan remodeled, now lovely straight action just like that. We've got to talk about his threat with the ball. Is Sunil Narayan the same threat? First the numbers, and then we'll throw open the debate to Sean and Sanjay. Gents, that's alarming if you are Sunil Narayan. The bowler, what a bowler in 12, 13, 14. Then unfortunately called for the action and had to remodel his bowling action, comes back, and now this season an average of under 40 with the ball economy is around 7. You take the economy, but Sunil Narayan's key strength was picking up wickets. Sanjay Bangar, your thoughts? His role has been that of an opening bat for some time in this season, but Sunil Narayan, as we get closer to this phase of the tournament, Kolkata need him to be firing. How can he do that? 45 seconds to you.
Well, he had to make certain changes to his bowling. His action had to be remodeled, and what is happening is that the batsmen are also playing him differently. Any spinner who has the ability to bring the ball back in as also to take the ball back away from the right hander, what they are doing is that they are no longer stepping out of the crease. They are waiting on the back foot, and they are also going towards the leg side of the ball. They're being on the leg side of the ball, they're opening up the offside. So they're approaching differently, and that is why batsmen have been able to cope up with him in a better way. As also what's happening is that his trajectory is not flatter anymore. Yeah. He's bowling head to ball slower, and anybody who has the ability to spin the ball both ways, if he can do that, then his trajectory has to be slightly lower. Okay,
just a little over the 45, but good analysis from Sanjay. Now, let's look at Sunil Narayan in the power play. Sean, his major strength was that he used to get wickets for Kolkata early. That average is not pleasing for Sunil Narayan. 111, economy of 8.53. He's only got the 1 wicket in the power play this season. Sanjay speaks about the lack of pace now, which obviously must be playing to the batsman's advantage. Can something be done to substitute that to make Narayan effective? Of course, we can't stress enough how unfortunate it was that his action had to be remodeled. 45 seconds to you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had to touch on the action again. When you've bowled a certain way your whole life and then you have to change at his age now, it's a very difficult thing to do. It's when you're 19 years old, you have to change your action. Maybe you've got some time to do it. So he might need to go away and work on that and improve for the next couple of years. But the other thing is Kolkata could actually make a change somewhere in their bowling structure to allow him to bowl outside the power play maybe. So they also have to look at that tactic. And it's not just on Narayan, it's also on them to maybe change a few things up. So he's obviously, his batting's come in as well, and maybe his mind has gone away and thought about his batting a little bit more. So if Lynn ends up coming back in, Narayan might be able to push down and become just a bowler again.
Would you go with that? Where to bowl Sunil Narayan?
And also you need to look at the nature of the Eden Garden wicket. It's not the wicket which is gripping or slightly dry. The wicket is different, so you might as well use him in the middle overs, and that's where he's been used by KKR. So most of the times he's been used in the middle overs, and not to forget that the wicket at Eden is seaming and bouncing quite a bit.
But this one's at the Chinnaswamy, and I bet Sunil Narayan would be itching to go at the Bangalore top order. If there was a game that you wanted to bowl early in, it's this one. But all eyes on Sunil Narayan to see if he can become a force with the ball in these last few games for Kolkata. Let's move to match day, match point number 2. We keep our conversation centric around Kolkata. Their batting at the death is a bit of a worry. We'll explore that. We've already spoken highly of how good Kolkata's top order has been. Gambhir among the runs, Uthappa among the runs. Let's have a look at some of the numbers for all the teams in this year's tournament. At the death, gents, Kolkata's run rate betters only Bangalore's. Even the likes of Punjab and Gujarat have a bit of a splurge towards the end, but Kolkata suddenly find themselves in a position where they can't get it away. 23 wickets have fallen at the time. Sean Tate, we look at the personnel that they've got. They've relied heavily on the top order, and they've left it to Yusuf Pathan, de Grandin, who hardly gets a game. It's not much opportunity, but is that a factor now that could be exposed as the crunch games come along? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's been a little lack of opportunity for the guys down the bottom because their top order's been so strong. So, but I think it really comes down to Yusuf Pathan. If he's going to be in those death overs, he's got to lift. He's got to find some form. and score for him. But he's one of those. He's so good still. He's going to hurt somebody. So somebody's going to feel his wrath, I believe, towards the end of the tournament. The other thing is, if Chris Lynn comes back in, then Narayan can come down, and he adds to that batting depth. So, it's not all doom and gloom for their batting. Narayan can come in, and Yusuf make a big score, and it all changes around.
Sanjay, it also becomes about who will take responsibility to close this innings for Kolkata. Now, Surya Kumar Yadav has been given that job. He's not developed, so he's been in and out. Now he's come back, got some runs. And Yusuf Pathan, the Yusuf Pathan factor. Just your thoughts on who they can identify to do the job for them and what's been missing at the death for Kolkata. 45 seconds.
They knew it right from the start that they're going to miss somebody like a Russell towards the death overs, and hence they've changed their strategy of going hard in the first 6 overs. That's what they haven't been doing in the past 6 seasons. But they did this in this season to counter that or to negate the not having Andre Russell in the batting order. And what is also happening is that the number of games that they've won chasing, they've won 5 games chasing, and those chases have been really quick. Yeah. So they haven't actually had the opportunity to bat in the 16th and the 17th over that much. So at times the stats can be misleading, and they generally give you the answers that what the questions that are directed at. So I do not agree. There is enough firepower, and there's somebody like a Surya Kumar will be very dangerous.
Okay, well, he's got some runs. Surya Kumar Yadav, Sanjay Bangar just perfectly times his 45 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get some batting form towards the death against Bangalore. Let's move to the playing 11s that Sanjay and Sean now have the luxury to pick. Sean Tate has the enviable job of picking Bangalore's 11. Let's see who he's gone for. Must have been spoiled for choice when he looked at that squad list. You've made an interesting change. You've brought in Stuart Binney, who was the answer to all the woes that Bangalore have had this season. Sean, I'll give you more than 45 seconds if you want to tell me why.
I had more than 45 seconds. I spent more than 45 seconds trying to pick this team. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not Dan Vittoria right now. But, I just brought Binney in just for a bit of extra batting depth. Aravind out, Binney can bowl as well, obviously. So their problem is not in their bowling, although I'd like to see Tamal Mills play. But their problem is not in their bowling right now, it's their batting, obviously. So Binney in for a bit of depth. I've left Shane in there. He is a good player. It's Shane Watson at the end of the day.
You guys are friends.
Yeah. We're mates. You got to pick your mates. So basically, what I've done, I'm good mates with Stuart Binney as well. So I picked Stuart because he's a nice fella.
Good on you. That's probably the only reason it works, because there's no cricketing logic left for Bangalore to decide anything. Let's look at the 11 that Sanjay Bangar has picked for Kolkata Knight Riders. That's the big one. Chris Lynn, who has been training and has been in the nets. Kolkata haven't officially announced his availability at the time that we're recording this, but if he is fit, Sanjay puts him straight back at the top of the order. If Robin Uthappa is fit, I'm sure you pick him at 3. Otherwise, Sheldon Jackson gets another game. So you have picked Surya Kumar Yadav regardless, Sanjay. And the interesting changes also, Umesh Yadav is benched for this one, and you've gone for Piyush Chawla. Your thoughts on that team, Sanjay Bangar?
See, they'll not delay the bringing in of Chris Lynn for any matter, because what happened in the previous season, wherein they started brilliantly, very similar to how they've started, and they want to finish the league stage on a high, and they will play their best 11. Robin Uthappa, I'm hoping that he gets fit. The Bangalore wicket, how it has played, I don't think there's enough, there's place for the third seamer, and hence I've opted for that extra spinner. The power scores at Bangalore have been under 150. So you'd rather have 3 spinning options, and it'll be interesting to see how Narayan goes, because the wicket will grip a bit.
Alright, well, that's a wrap. Let's get quick predictions. It's the early game on Sunday. Sanjay and Sean, thoughts on this? I can tell you what, if Virat Kohli could spoil one person's party for the playoffs, he'd pick Gautam Gambhir. But I'd like to ask you if you're fancying the upset of the home team winning, or you're thinking Kolkata should take it easy. Sanjay?
I think RCB is bound to win somewhere, because
why not? That's it.
I thought that was going to be the last.
That's
it. I was hoping that they would have chased 137, but they failed to do that. And at some point, the quality of the players that they possess, somebody will be hurting and make a mark. So I think that's.
Did you use this as a coach as well? If in the bad year that Punjab had, and I'm sorry I'm bringing it up, but did you tell them, boys, we have to win something before we go? It's been a bad season, fine, we have those. But would the coach use this?
Well, I think when you're entering the 13th and the 14th game, you become numb. So basically, you have these talks midway through the tournament when the season hasn't really gone well. But at times, there's a bit of you are resigned to the fact a bit.
You've never been part of a team that's run so badly, I'm guessing. You've always been part of champion teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always been, playing for Australia, never lose. No, KKR I think KKR will beat them.
All right.
Too strong. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sanjay. That's the early game on Sunday. And if Bangalore can surprise us by beating Kolkata, wow, that really throws open the top 3 spots, or rather the 2nd, 3rd and 4th spots. That's the first game on Sunday. Building up to match 47 in the Indian Premier League, and it's a big one for Kings 11 Punjab, who come off the back of a good win against Bangalore when things look tricky at half-time at the Chinnaswamy. They host a Gujarat Lions team, which is also out of the tournament. And this is, of course, back at Mohali, where Kings have been pretty good this season, right? Let's get thoughts of Sanjay Bangar and Sean Tate. But in a minute, before that, we open match day, match point number 1. We're talking about Akshar Patel, who's quietly done his job with both bat and ball. And does he hold the key? Just look at his numbers with both bat and ball. And there has been a contribution he's made steadily in every game, including the last game where he smashed Shane Watson in the last over, picked up key wickets when Bangalore might have thought of a comeback. 13 wickets at 16, a strike rate, Sanjay, an economy of just over 7. You take that as a left-arm spinner. If you compare him maybe even to Jadeja, it's been excellent this season, and the runs striking at 150. You picked the player, you got him for a steal price now. If you can tell me, remember how much you bought him for in 2014. How have you studied his progress, especially in this year's tournament?
Well, we picked him for 65 lakhs or so, but he was a phenomenal pick, worth every money that we paid for him. And what he's done is that gradually, as the seasons have gone by, he's settled in a role. Now he's understanding where his optimum game is. So as a spinner, he's at peace with himself that, okay, he's not a big turner of the ball. What he's doing well is in this season is that, you know, he's varying his point of delivery a bit. Some of the balls which he wants to turn on wickets which are gripping, he is bowling from high arm. On wickets which aren't really gripping, he is bowling from side angle, and hence he's become very effective. His batting number basically is also at peace with himself that, okay, he's good at number 6 or 7. He hasn't really got those opportunities, or got those opportunities, hasn't really cashed on when he's batted at the top of the order. So I feel his batting has flowered when he's somewhere around 6 or 7.
You were just ready to go on about Akshar Patel. You were enjoying it, I could see it. Okay, Sean, let's compare him to the other left-arm spinner all-rounders through the tournament. Jadeja's not had a great season. Bipul Sharma in and out. Krunal Pandya probably the only other one who's done something with both. How do you rate Akshar among them from skill and other things that you've seen of him? What's made him effective?
Well, yeah, I mean, as far as India goes, he's just behind Jadeja at the moment, and who knows, in the future he might actually leapfrog him in the short formats and get a gig. But he's actually done well for India, the games he's played too, the T20s. He's played about 7 games, he's done pretty well. So I think it's just what sets him apart from those guys is consistency through a tournament. You know, say you play 14 games in a tournament. A lot of guys come in and out of form during that 2-month period. This guy's, you know, Aksar's just kept his form going the whole time, and arguably, well, maybe not even arguably, he's the most valuable player for Kings 11 right now. So he's got Maxwell and all these guys around him, but right now he's a go-to man.
All right, that's it for Akshar Patel. He's got a job to do now in a game that they have to win against Gujarat. Let's move to our next match day, match point, and the conversation is about Punjab. Their race to the playoffs. Now, results all around them aren't necessarily helping them, but they need to just focus on their own results. If they can manage to win everything, that's their best shot of qualifying. Let's have a look at the road to the playoffs, and that's what it looks like, Sanjay. Gujarat at home, then Kolkata at home, and 2 games away, Mumbai and Pune. Pune with plenty to play for, and Kolkata and Mumbai arguably the best 2 teams of the tournament. I'm maybe going to ask you to put your neck on the line and tell me now if you think Punjab could win, what, 1 out of those 2, 3, and what their chances are like. Your thoughts?
I think they can win the next game pretty easily because Gujarat Lions is in dire straits. They are going to miss their overseas players, so their strength has been compromised a bit. After that, those 2 games against KKR and MI could be very, very crucial, but I still believe that they could win 2 out of those 3 games, and the last game that they play against RPS, that could still be a quarter-final for them as far as I am concerned. They're playing good cricket. Their batting has clicked this season, and even the Indian seamers which they have banked on so well, they have delivered. You saw what Sandeep Sharma is capable of doing in the first 6 overs, and Varun Aaron and Mohit Sharma are quietly doing the job for them. Okay,
at this we've got some time. At this stage, with a week to go, if you compare Punjab, Pune, and Delhi, which team deserves to go through on just the sort of quality of cricket that they've played, looking at their squads they cancel each other out in some departments, Sean, but Punjab, Pune, Delhi, which one do you fancy going through?
I still, Pune, I'm still, you know, I'm happy with the way they've been going about it. they perform really well. I still think they're just a little bit stronger than the other two at the moment. So, although at the same time, Punjab are they're in form as well. They've just beaten Bangalore nicely, but yeah, I'm still going to go with Pune there.
All right. Well, that's it. So, Punjab, you don't have a chance, according to Sean Tate. But Sanjay says you're looking all right. It's a big week for Glenn Maxwell's side. Let's pick the playing 11s for this game now as we enter our final match day match point. And we will start with Sanjay Bangar, as always, picking the Punjab team, something he's done many times in the past. He's not getting paid as much to do it today, but well, let's leave that out. Now, the news around the South Africans is that Hashim Amla will play this game, and then they're supposed to leave. However, there is a little bit of uncertainty on whether some of the players might request to stay back, given their teams are still in contention. More on the site if you want to follow the latest. But Martin Guptill, Hashim Amla continue to stay at the top until then. For you, Sanjay, Sean Marsh at 3. And then you've got Glenn Maxwell or Manan Bora and Sean Marsh up and down. You've also made some changes. You've got Karyappa, the spinner, in the side for Natarajan. Your thoughts on this team? 45 seconds.
Maxwell was apparently disappointed with the performance of Natarajan in the previous game. He just bowled 1 over and went for 15 runs on a wicket which was holding up. So obviously bigger boundaries at Mohali, side boundaries are as big as 85 yards, and hence they would opt for a spinner, additional spinner, because they'll require some wickets in the middle overs. Also add a bit of variety to the attack, and the 3 seamers are doing really fine. So only hitch there is that probably Manan Bora is not batting at the position that he ideally should be batting, but that's the problem that most teams have when they have 4 or 5 overseas batters batting in the top 5.
Okay, that's Punjab's job then. Plenty of time to spare from Sanjay Bangar's 45 seconds, but you'll have even more from Sean Tate, I'm sure, because he has the, once again, not enviable job of picking the Gujarat Lions. I don't know who's giving you these selector duties, Sean, but I can't believe that you've not picked Chirag Suri, the only overseas player available from the Gujarat bench, the UAE batsman. We don't know much about him. He's hardly played any cricket. And if you look at his profile on Cricinfo, you won't find much there either. And you've also not played Irfan Pathan. Dhaval Kulkarni is the addition that you've got for the injured Brendan McCullum. Good luck, Sean. 45 seconds.
Did you say 5 seconds?
45
Oh, 45. Yeah, but I would, in that side there, I would have Finch back up the top with Smith. And hopefully those guys blast it. And I think Finch is better in this format opening the batting for sure. So I'd have him there. Kulkarni is just for an extra bowler because they're playing at Mohali. I think that the quicks, generally, if there's a place around the comp where you don't mind coming in and steaming and having a bowl, it's Mohali. So Kulkarni in there. And Jadeja's got the ability to move up a spot and bat, and so has Faulkner. So they've got a bit of depth there with those 2 guys in their batting.
They won't miss the extra
But
batting.
looking for Finch and Smith to get them off to a flyer, so they don't have to worry about the rest. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Sean Tate. Sanjay Bangar, I will not ask for predictions just yet because you'll be with us on the live show, but always good hearing your thoughts. Do catch their thoughts and predictions before this game. It's the late game on Sunday. 7:30 is when we go live, or right after the first game has concluded, on ESPNcricinfo.com, as well as our Facebook page, where we'll also do a live chat for our Facebook viewers at halftime. YouTube, if you're catching our content there, please do subscribe to our channel. Well, it's a big Sunday for Punjab and Gujarat. Let's see if they can cause an upset as well.